Hello, I hope everyone's doing well. A parent had requested a video for multiplication. So today I'm going to do a review on multiplication. The students learned this near the beginning of school year, so it's been a while. And then for those that had just moved, they may have missed that lesson. So we're going to get started. All right, so we're going to, this doesn't work. Let's try it out. All right, multiplication is basically repeated addition. I'm going to go ahead and write it up here. If you hear that sound, that's Charlie. Charlie. It's repeated addition. You're basically adding the same number every time, which makes it easier. And I have students using their fingers so that way they don't miscount. A lot of times they'll try to count in their head, they're just looking up, but then a lot of times they'll make a mistake. So that I always encourage to use your fingers, okay? Even as an adult, I still use my fingers sometimes. You okay, Charlie? All right, so for instance, let's do 4 times 2, okay? I always have the students label their work. This kind of gives them a visual and just a good understanding of multiplication. So your first label is going to be a G. And then, you know, the students know this already. They are your groups. All right. The next one is labeled IN for in each. So we're going to draw a picture in a little bit to show what it looks like. And then so you're looking for the total. Whenever you're multiplying, you're always adding the same number repeatedly and looking for the total. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and draw use a model. I'll start off with picture model and then I'm going to go into number model. So this strategy I'm using is called picture model. So I'm going to draw pictures to match what I have right here. Okay. So I'm going to start with groups. How many groups do we have? Well, we have 4 groups, so I'm going to draw 4 circles. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4. So now I'm going to look at the next one. It says in each. Well, how many do I have in each? 2. So I'm going to draw 2 tallies in each group because that's going to show the visual that matches the equation. So here's 2 tallies in each group. Now we're going to look for the total. So we're going to add all of them up. So if you see here, you're going to add 2 every time. So I always have the students write the number down here. So there's 2. Well, let's add 2 plus 2. There's 2, 3, 4. Start with 4 and add 2 more. 4, 5, 6. Put 6 in your head and add 2 more. 6, 7, 8. Again, I always encourage students to use their fingers to help them count. And so our total is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. Okay. So this is a picture model. Picture model is where we use tallies. Next strategy I'm going to show you is a number model, which I encourage the students to use. Students can also use the number line strategy. It can be a little more difficult to memorize, so that's why I don't really use it as often, but if you like to use the number line model, you could. All right, so the next strategy I'm going to use is the number model. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and write an equation. So let's do, I already did 4. Let's do 5 times 3. Okay. Again, I'm going to label. So what label goes here? So all students should know that it's G, as in groups. The next one is IN, meaning in each, and then we're looking for the total. Okay. So now I'm going to draw it. How many groups do we have? We have 5 groups, so I'm going to draw 5 circles. Notice that my circles, they're not like this. They're not uneven, they're not sloppy. Notice how it... Sorry. Notice how it's lined up and not everywhere, okay? Because if you draw like this, it's going to be hard to add up all the numbers, and a lot of students make mistakes of adding them up and they have to start all over again. And we don't want to keep starting over again. So when you're drawing the model, you need to make it nice and neat, okay? So I have 5 groups. Charlie, shh, sorry. Now we're going to look at in each. Charlie, there's 3 in each, so I'm going to draw a 3. This time I'm using a number model, so I'm just writing the number in each group. So there's 3 in here, 3, 3, 3, 3. And I also encourage the students to draw tallies to help them count 3, because we're going to be adding 3 each time. So let's start with the first group, 3. So start from 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we have 6. Start with 6 and then add on 7, 8, 9. Add on from 9, 10, 11, 12. And then 13, 14, 15. So now we have 5 times 3 equals 15. But with this problem, if you look at it, there's a 5. I notice there's a 5 in here. Instead of drawing groups, you can do it mentally by skip counting by 5s. So there's a 5. I'm going to skip count 3 times. So let's do it with our fingers, skip counting by 5s. 5, 10, 15. There we go. And then you get your total right there. Okay. So this is not too bad. The only thing is, I would say, is just make sure you're adding correctly. You're starting with the correct number, because sometimes students start with they don't add it correctly. So make sure you're watching and being careful. And I would say go back and check your work, as in start over and do it again to see if you got the correct answer. Okay, so I'm going to do one more. Let's do like a bigger one. 7 times 8. Okay, so this one's a bigger number, so that means we're going to be adding a lot more. So here's my label, groups, and each total. All right, so we look at how many groups we have. We have 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, see how it's nice in a row, and I left some space here so I can write my numbers underneath my groups. Okay, so space it out kind of like this. Now we look at in each. We have 8 in each. I'm going to use number model, because picture model is a lot of drawing a lot of tallies, and I don't want to waste my time, so I'm just going to draw number 8 in each group. And I'm going to draw 8 tallies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure it's 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because if you add another one, that would be a mistake. Okay, so we know the first one is going to be 8. All right, so put 8 in your head and count on 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, now put 16 in your head and count on 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now start with 24 in your head and count on 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Do you see how I'm counting slowly? I'm not going really fast, because when you go fast, you will most likely make a mistake. Okay? 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. I know 40 plus 8 is 48, so I don't need to use tallies for that. Do you see that? I'm going to use strategies as much as I can. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. All right, so 7 times 8 equals 56. That took a lot of time to count and add up, but we got the right answer, and we showed our work. So this is what I need to see in 3rd grade, and in 4th grade, you're going to start multiplying with double digits. So it gets a little tough, and it would be best if you guys practice your multiplication facts over the summer, if you haven't already, just so you can get ready for 4th grade. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up some problems on the board, and then I'm going to have you pause the video. Press pause, and then I want you to solve it on your own. And when you're finished, I want you to check your answers by pressing pressing play on the video and then see if you got your answers correct. Okay, so I'm going to write some problems up here. 8 times 3. Charlie. Sorry guys, he barks a lot. See how there's 8 times 10? You can skip 12 by 10s and you won't have to show your work. Charlie. Shh. Okay, so I put up 5 problems for you to do. I'm going to number them. 3, 4, 5. Alright, so now go get a piece of paper and pencil. Go practice them on your own. Don't try to cheat. I want you guys to practice, because if you don't practice, you won't learn. So keep practicing at home. Make up some multiplication problems. All right, go ahead and press pause, and then when you get back, I'm going to have the answers on here, and then you're going to check to see if you got it right. Okay? All right, go ahead and press pause. All right, here are the answers for multiplication. I memorized them. So 8 times 3 is 24. 2 times 9 is 18. Charlie! Sorry guys, he hears something outside. 6 times 7 is 42. 8 times 10, we can skip count by 10s 8 times. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And then 5 times 5, I don't need to show my work for this. I can skip count by 5s. How many times? 5 times. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright, here are the answers. I hope you guys got them all correct. If not, it's okay. We're still learning. We're still practicing. Alright, so what I suggest is go make up some multiplication problems and practice drawing and labeling. Make sure you label groups in each and total for all multiplication problems. Okay? And I hope you guys have a nice day and weekend. I'll see you guys next time. Okay?